The snow continuing to pile up at game time. And off we go from Soldier Field. Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, here's Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. To throw is Fields. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got a man, complete. They'll get 34 yards there.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Fields throwing again. Right side, Claypool's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing again is Fields. His throw incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Fields. Steps away to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He opted to go with a scramble and gets first 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Cairo Santos, former Chiefs kicker, on for the field goal try. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Only needing 2 yards on second down. A handoff for Herbert. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman, and he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now a handoff up the middle. Herbert shifts by him and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Back to throw, Fields. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Fields throw there, hauled in by... And now a fumble. The ball's out. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st down, Fields. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Again, Fields. That's complete right side to Komet. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The last 3 plays have resulted in gains of 1, 2, and now 3 yards here.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. To the air again, Fields. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. Out to his left. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, a 21-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Not quite sure how to describe that, but I think that there's a mix-up in responsibilities defensively because they're so used to either the running back getting the ball or the ball getting out of his hands downfield as a pass that when he ends up keeping it, they sometimes get fooled, and he found a way to squirt through the defenders and take off for a big, big run.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Second and 8 coming up. Mahomes going to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And here's here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chicago offense set to get started. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Herbert, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On play action, Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck Roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll get that underneath to Herbert. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields got a man, and he hits him in stride. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And the Bears are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You gotta be big time now. Let's go, y'all.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome,
Getting through the break at record pace and right back to football. Third quarter, here we go.
First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for Kansas City. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is.
The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Mahomes now on first down. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Flushed out right, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
So this was a case of better safe than sorry. All the receivers were locked up, so he had to try and run for it, but he ended up having to slide short of the marker.
Butker's kick here is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them, and let's get the ball back for us.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one fielded at the 5. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney, and he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down. Here's a give to Herbert. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Nick Bolton there on the tackle. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Here's Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Herbert. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Well, we saw him score on the ground earlier in the ball game. This time, the defense says not so fast.
Yeah, that's good scouting and good awareness, isn't it? Because you always have to be wary of him keeping it himself, especially in this part of the field. Because if he doesn't like what he sees, you know he'll take off and try and go for it himself.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. Santos' kick is up and through, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. He's got the size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. He finds his man, Sky Moore. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, he has been the featured receiver on this drive. They've looked his way a number of times. Why not get it to him on third down? And they do. And they're able to keep this drive moving.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And again, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They go play fake. Mahomes. And this one is incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. DeMarcus Walker, and they're to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Mahomes, got to have this one. And that is incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Herbert once more. And he's got room. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
This is your game, baby. Let's ride, dog.
Now Foreman. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back.
Playmaker, step up. We want to catch that, baby. That's all we need.
Complete to Mooney on the slant. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run. It's Herbert. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Khalil Herbert taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. And that touchdown this late in the game should all but be the dagger.
We never want to say that a game is over, but it certainly feels that way. That final touchdown seems to have created enough room for them to start celebrating.
Santos now to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. DeMarcus Walker picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
One final try from Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.